I want you to listen closely to the process, because this woman didn't have to come to a progressive workshop. She didn't have to wait for an advanced week-long retreat to heal. She wasn't a victim. Nothing else was working, and she just decided, this makes sense. I'm actually going to try if I change my personality. Could it change my personal reality? Nothing else was working. I want you to hear it from her instead of from me. What do you say? Romina, come on the stage, please. Now, she speaks Spanish, so she's going to speak in Spanish, and Marijo, one of the translators, is going to translate in English for us that don't speak Spanish, or at least pretend to not understand it.
Hola. En el 2018 me dijeron que tenía dos enfermedades autoinmunes, hepatitis autoinmune y colangitis biliar primaria.
So in 2018, I was diagnosed with two conditions, self-autoimmune mediated, hepatitis, primary hepatitis, and primary biliary cholangitis.
Tuve 2 años y medio tratando de no hacerme quimioterapia y me decían que me tenían que poner en la lista de trasplantes de hígado.
So I was, for 2 years, I didn't want to do chemo, and they told me that I should go for a transplant, liver transplant.
Ahí se me
I should go
despertaron
to the waiting list.
3 enfermedades autoinmunes más, trombofilia, celiaquía y fibromialgia.
And then I was diagnosed with 3 more autoimmune diseases, fibromyalgia, celiac disease, and thrombophilia.
En ese momento yo no retenía los alimentos y pesaba 10 kilos menos.
At that moment, I could not digest, I could not keep my food when I was eating, and I was weighing 10 kilos less.
Y me negué al tratamiento y les dije que me dieran un tiempito.
And I decided not to go for treatment. I denied it, I didn't want to, and I asked them for some time for myself.
Y ahí leí el libro que no había leído, que era Deja de ser tú, y empecé a hacer la meditación.
And then I started reading the book of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and I decided to go for the meditation.
Elegí la opción del agua.
And I chose the option of the water meditation.
Y la hice durante 12 semanas.
And I did it for 12 weeks.
En la semana 12 sé que algo pasó ahí.
And on the 12th week, I know that something happened.
Y cuando terminé la meditación, ya de verdad no era la misma.
And when the meditation was over, I was not the same person anymore.
Ya no era la enfermedad estaba afuera.
I was not the sickness, the disease was outside.
Le dije a mi marido que vayamos a hacer los estudios de sangre porque el médico decía que no, que tenía que esperar, y los hice igual.
And I told my husband, let's go for the samples, for the test, for the blood test, because the doctors didn't want me to go for the test because they didn't want to do it. And I decided I will go anyway.
Me dieron los resultados 30 días después.
And they gave me the results 30 days later.
Y el médico me llama y me dice, ay Romina, tenemos que volver a hacerlos porque no salieron bien.
And the doctor calls me and says, hey Romina, we have to do the test again because something is wrong with this. We have to go over it again.
Me los volví a hacer y me dijo, Romina, vení a verme.
So I did the test again, and he called me and said, Romina, come to see me.
Bueno, querían hacerme la quimio igual, aunque no veían ningún resultado. Estaba totalmente sana.
And they didn't want the chemo. They wanted to do the chemo anyway because they didn't understand, but I was healed.
En esos 30 días entré en remisión de las 5 enfermedades. Estoy sana.
During these 30 days, I went into total remission. I am totally healed.
Now, in order for her to believe in the possibility that she could be healed, she would have to believe in herself in order to do that. Yes or no? And if she believes in herself, that means every single day she is going to look at what she has to change about herself in order for her health condition to change. She didn't try to heal herself. She changed, and the side effect of her change from one personality to another personality caused the disease to go away because it existed in the old person. She's somebody else. And the body always follows the mind. And she had her moment in one meditation, just like so many people do. They just know something changed. They just know it. And they go to their doctors and they beg their doctors to please take the scan. And the doctors, in their disbelief, think that they've drank some Kool-Aid or something. They do the scan, and lo and behold, the condition is gone. No need for a liver transplant. The disease is gone, but they want to do the chemotherapy anyway just because they don't believe it. She's changing the medical model. I love when people say to their doctor, when the doctor says, "What did you do?" I epigenetically signaled new genes in new ways, downregulated my genes for disease, and upregulated my genes for health. She's the living example of truth. That should show you she didn't even come to an event. She just did the work for how many weeks? Tell me again. 12, that's 3 months. Do you think that she doesn't enjoy meditating? Do you think that she's not, her belief in what's possible has changed because she showed up for herself? If she didn't show up for herself, she would have never healed. She just kept making the choice over and over again until the point where she showed up so much that she started feeling worthy to receive. You keep showing up for you, you'll feel really worthy to receive, and the universe only gives you what you think you're worthy of receiving.